Hello and welcome to this episode of Kennedy Saves the World, the only podcast that universally celebrates women's breasts. I'm here with Gerri Willis, who is a Fox News and Fox Business senior correspondent. She's an incredible reporter. She has also fought and conquered breast cancer. So every year we talk about the necessity of not only self-exams for women, but also mammograms.
Look, this is not the most fun thing in the world.
I'm going for mine next month.
Good for you.
I'm looking forward to it now.
Yeah.
I've made friends with the technicians, and
Yes.
I now know that it's all about deep breathing and knowing that what you're doing is so incredibly positive and important, and it literally takes just a few seconds.
And think of it this way. You're doing this so now you don't have to worry.
Yes.
You do this, turn off the
I've
worry
had a great
button.
year. I haven't had to worry the entire year.
Exactly
I'm not
right.
going because I'm worried. I'm going because when I go for my yearly, my doctor says, okay, let's schedule your mammogram now. And we schedule it. It's in the calendar. So
Boom.
next month. And so
That's
for
the way
that,
to do it.
in order to celebrate all the incredible advancements, medically, when you talk about the non-traditional elements of treating breast cancer that are now universally embraced, I think we need a celebratory drink to that.
I am so happy to be here.
This is a
Yes.
pink sweet teat.
Oh, a pink sweet.
Yes.
I love
To
it.
you, Gerri. Oh, that's lovely.
And
It's more refreshing than I
lovely.
thought it was going to be.
Quite.
Yeah.
And now I'm ready to talk.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah, we
dish.
are.
Let's go, baby. Come on.
Let's-
What do you want to know?
let's do this.
I'm opening up the kimono.
How important is it to wear a bra? Where do you stand on that? Because it's like
So-
I have two women in my house, and I wear a sports bra to bed.
Yeah.
And they're saying no, it's not good. You gotta let the pillows breathe.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel like it's completely unimportant. And as I get older, I feel that way more and more and more. And why? Because I am still flat-chested, but despite having the work
Augmentation,
done.
yeah.
Yes. So I feel like, meh, don't do it. You don't have to do
Do you
it.
think so? The wonderful thing about aging that I found, and I talked about this a couple years ago with Janice Dean on my podcast when I turned 50, and she was like, "It's the F at 50s." Like, you thought you were in the fun 40s, like the F at 50s are even better because you really just don't care. Do you think at some point you'll wake up and you will get just massive Pamela Anderson Tetons?
I've been waiting a very long time for that, and it has not happened. And I am not in the fabulous 50s. I'm in the sexy 60s.
Okay, I just saw a great quote from Jodie Foster talking about how the 50s were pretty good, but you're still playing catch up trying to prove something. And in your 60s, you're done doing that. And she said that 60s are her favorite decade.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
I can believe that because, look, at the end of the day, you're not thinking about, scores. You're thinking about, what do I want?
Yes.
Which is the important question. Where do I want to be? Where am I going from here? Because you spend so much time looking sideways and thinking about other people. In your 60s, you're like, where am I going from here?
Yeah.
And that is a lovely place to be.
Yeah,
a
I
lovely
agree
place to
completely.
be. And I think you look at people around you differently, totally differently. I know I do. And you can commune with them in a different way. You think of them in a different way. I love it.
And it's not like you're looking for a fight. Like, that's what I find. Like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight with anyone. But if you attack someone close to me,
That's
like,
the
I
end of it.
now no longer care what you think of me if I say something.
If I rip your larynx out with my fingernails. Yes. I understand exactly what you're saying. And I think there are huge benefits to aging. My aging has been accelerated by the drugs I'm on because of breast cancer, because I take a pill that reduces my estrogen levels even further from where they already are.
Okay. So you had an estrogen receptive tumor.
Estrogen is, in fact, the WD-40 of your body. It's what it makes everything bend and move. So you got to take special care and work against that. But I recently, my oncologist say to me, well, Gerri, that drug you thought you were going to get off of in like another year or two, guess what? You're on it for the rest of your life. So I'll be doing it for a while. But, we worked out a special schedule where I don't have to be on it absolutely all the time. But if you're going to tell me that I'm much less likely to get breast cancer again, and especially an aggressive breast cancer, I'm fine with that.
Yes, because you hear about metastatic breast cancer, and
I can't say that word.
no,
I can't. I mean, I was on the 5 one time and they started talking about that, and I kept going, I couldn't.
Yeah.
Too scary.
It is scary. And that's why we have to take care of ourselves. We are our own best advocates.
Totally true. And if you ever find yourself in a situation where you are diagnosed with breast cancer, understand you are a participant in that cure. You have to be on board. You have to work with your doctors and do the right thing. And once you get on that playlist, life is so much easier.
Do you think the treatments are better now than they were when you were first diagnosed?
You betcha.
What kind of advancements have they made since then?
I can't give you chapter and verse on this. I'm not expert in this, but I find that women are, first of all, the chemo does not have to be injected into your body necessarily. You can take a pill.
That is a big shift.
Because let me tell you, getting that chemo into my tiny little veins was not easy.
Yes.
And created issues. But that's a good thing that happened. And they're just getting so much better at seeing it. There's so many different kinds of mammograms now, so many ways of seeing inside your body. I take advantage of some of that even now. And it just sets your mind at ease. You have to embrace this technology. It is there to help you. It can be used to help you. And I know those machines look big and scary, and some of them are noisy as hell.
Yeah.
But ultimately, they help keep you safe.
Yeah, and the big thing that separates you from a big scary diagnosis is a mammogram.
Did we say mammogram? Can we say
have to, but
1, 2,
I know, but
3?
For some reason,
mammogram.
for so many people, it's the easiest thing to put off.
Oh, and I see women do it all the time. They're always putting it off. But look, if you care about, let's say you're not your top priority.
Yeah.
That makes me mad, but maybe you're not. What about your kids?
Yeah.
What about your family? What about your husband, your parents, your cousins, everybody around you who relies on you? They need you to be here. So let's get the mammogram.
Yeah. And that's, we had a coworker last year, and it was the reason that I got my mammogram, because she talked to you. You convinced her to go get her mammogram. She had an abnormality, so she had to go back for some testing, which thank God turned out to be normal, but it scared her into action. And, she took to social media and she said, I am in the middle of a scare. I don't know if something is diagnosable at this point, but I want every single person who is reading this to either schedule and follow through with your mammogram or have your partner do it. So we can, just get this one out of the way. Luckily, she was fine. And that's another thing is if they see something, it's also, there are so many diagnostic tools at the ready.
Exactly right.
To help you figure out.
Even if they see something, it may be nothing. I mean, you've really got to take all of the steps down the road. One thing I know a lot of women are doing right now, because of that mammogram fear or just desire to put it off, is that they're doing it with friends. Mm-hmm.
I think that's great. I mean, I love the mammogram truck.
Yes.
I know it has pulled up in front of the building, and you have been such an incredible warrior.
I'm drinking on that.
Yeah, that's absolutely to the mammogram truck. And saving your titties.
Because
someone's got to do it. They are beautiful.
They're mighty pretty.
Not Lena Dunham, but everyone else.
They're mighty pretty, and not that I want to display mine because I don't, but I'm very fond of mine.
Yeah, absolutely right. Don't go anywhere. More Kennedy Saves the World right after this. So one of the things they ask you is if you have implants when you go in for a mammogram, does having implants increase your risk at all?
Not that I know of. I'm not aware of that. If that's true, God, I hope
don't have
not.
implants yet, but young.
So can I tell you the funny story about this? Because when I was in treatment, I went to go see the doctor who was going to actually take care of those boobies.
That's right.
And he said to me, Gerri, we really can't, we can't augment breasts this small.
Oh, that's such a kick. Right,
I said,
the baby maker.
What are you telling me? What are you telling me there? He said, well, our only option is really to make them bigger. And I said, bring it on.
Yes, make them bigger. Chicka-bow-bow.
So that was, that was sort of worth it for me.
But I think that silver lining, and when my mom had a mastectomy, she had a double mastectomy, and I was like, go get like Playboy drugs. And she was like, no. She's like, absolutely
You know what
not.
the problem with that is? Then you have to carry them with you everywhere you go.
True.
If you want to go running, boom, boom. I can't.
Yeah, that has always been the thing for me. I was like, I don't know how I would do surfing if I had like
That's right.
giant cans.
I see you. I see you surfing. I see you running. I see you being very physically, fit and exercising all the time and having to carry those damn things everywhere. It's
I remember being like in junior high and asking my mom like, when is the booby fairy coming? And she's like,
honey,
maybe
this is
never.
It.
It's like, no.
I had the same problem. I had my 7th grade math teacher asked me if I ironed my bras.
Oh, I hope that person is not in a very good place right now because that's awful. What a horrible thing to say.
I did not keep in touch with him. Let me just put it that way.
And it was a male. Wow,
yes,
what
it was
jerk.
a fella. It was a fella. It wasn't very nice to him.
So I had a guy in 7th grade, and I probably told you this last time, but I was so flat-chested in 7th grade. He said, hey, Lisa, can you come over here? And he was really popular. And I was like, yeah, what's going on? He said, my desk is getting really bumpy. Can I write on your chest? And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I see how it is.
Where do men come up with this stuff?
So
where?
Now he is a multimillionaire, and he's a co-founder of a massive cookware brand. And I found that out on LinkedIn the other day. I saw that, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like,
there is no God.
There's no justice, certainly. That a God has a
You should
wild
reach out
humor.
to him. Say, I was thinking about putting this on social media, but I thought you might want to hear personally about it.
You want
first.
to collaborate? Can I tag you? That's fantastic. Okay, so what's the best way to celebrate and embrace breast cancer awareness month?
Get your girls together and go get a mammogram.
I think that's a great idea. I mean, seriously, like combine it with the party, with like
little drinks, maybe lunch,
wine and cheese, little charcuterie.
Charcuterie's good.
Charcuterie and shopping.
Oh, now you had me at shopping.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's my other thing that I want people to know, which is an important fact. And this is from the American Cancer Society. The proportion of women under 50 getting diagnosed with breast cancer in the most recent survey out this week, up 1.4%. Now, this sounds small. It is not small. It's the biggest, I think, in recorded memory. They've never seen this pop.
Yeah.
So what's going on behind this? They don't really know, but they speculate that it's fast food, it's eating badly, it's not taking care of yourself. That's what's contributing to this rise in breast cancer diagnoses among young women. What I can say, I can confirm the trend from my own experience going back to the hospital all the time just to check on things and seeing younger and younger women there, which I find so frustrating. So you really, from a very young age now, have to make sure you're doing the right thing.
Yes, once a month, do your breast self-exams in the shower. If you don't know how to do it, you can
or
go
when
online.
You're putting on your lotion, that's what I do.
Yeah, absolutely, because you need a little like ditty. You need a little lubrication.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to have some action, and your doctor will tell you exactly how to do it. You can go online. You can get a tutorial and do that once a month. Really figure everything out. And when your doctor tells you to, get your mammograms and do it regularly. And when, you've got blossoming, succulent sweater puppies, you can
Can I
thank
just say
Gerri
one more
and me.
thing? Mm-hmm. So the importance of mammograms, and we keep talking about it, is in doing them every year because
they need a baseline.
They need a baseline, and they're comparing those pictures every single year and looking for changes and differences. So that's the value.
Yes.
The one-off, meh.
It's helpful.
Yeah,
but
it's not a negative.
You got to make sure, like, you want the one-off to be.
I'm a little worried.
No, not at all. Like, there's not enough time in one podcast for all that we need to drink.
I'm telling you, when the ladies get together,
it gets real and it gets wonderful.
I love you.
I love you too, and I hope you have your shopping adventure again this year.
I've got to schedule it. I have all kinds of scans going on, so it's all good. I have multiple opportunities to do it.
Yes. So you are a phenomenal fundraiser. You are a tremendous ambassador, and I'm so glad that you are my good friend. Like your entire experience, like you make my life better by being not only an incredible mentor, but also just a graceful, beautiful friend. So thank you, Gerri Willis.
Kennedy, people don't know. You are lovely. Just a lovely person. And thank you. Thank you for talking about this.
Amen.
Talking about our boobies. We don't care.
We care about your boobies.
We care about your boobies.
Amen.
Yes.
All right, this has been Kennedy Saves the World Happy Hour, along with Gerri Willis.
Yes.
I'm Kennedy. Listen ad-free with a Fox News Podcast Plus subscription on Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Prime members can listen to this show ad-free on the Amazon Music app.
Oh, go ahead and leave me a review while you're there. I'd love to hear what you have to say. You've been listening to Kennedy Saves the World on the Fox News Podcast Network.